ago, my wife says, honey, would you take out the trash? I couldn't see that happening. So pray for me. I went to the doctor and been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Do you know what sleep apnea is? By applause, do you know what sleep apnea is? Yes. If you do not know, skinny people. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing in your sleep. How bad does your memory have to be if you're forgetting to breathe? I have never been anywhere and walked into a room and went, but apparently I do it in my sleep. I was like, Doc, what can I do for the sleep apnea? He says, well, you need to eat right and exercise. And I said, or? I said, Doc, I can't wait that long. I need a fix now. So he gave me a CPAP machine. A CPAP machine. A machine to sit beside my bed to pump air up my nose all night so I don't snore. Now, did you know there's only two kinds of snorers? There are nasal snorers. Those are the people who sound like they have a wood chipper stuck in the back of their sinus cavity. It kind of sounds like, oh, lady over here went, that's him. That's him. That's a nasal snore. There are also oral snorers. Oral snorers are the kind of people that sound like they've got a ping pong ball stuck in a shop vac. It's kind of like that's an oral snorer. The worst thing about my sleep apnea, I do both. And the medical term for that is sleeping on the couch. So I had to get my sleep apnea fixed. He gives me the CPAP machine, a little machine to sit beside my bed and pump air up my nose. This thing has like snorkel gear I have to put on to go to bed. I put it on, it goes... Hey, honey, this is a whole lot better, isn't it? This headgear, I put it on, it's got Velcro in the back. The other night I rolled over in bed, but the Velcro caught the pillow, so I rolled, but my mask didn't. And it just kind of went... And at first I got really happy, because all I got was... like, and then I got really scared because it went, ah! Oh, she's asleep. But this mask goes on my face. It's got an 8-foot long hose that connects to the machine. The other night I rolled over on the hose. I cut my own air off. I don't know what my wife thought I was dreaming about, but she must have thought I was a goldfish. Because I'm laying there going... And in her little voice she went, breathe, stupid. And I'm big. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I haven't always been happy-go-lucky, as you see up here. When I was born, I almost didn't make it. I was a preemie. Anybody know what a preemie is? I was born at the end of the second trimester. I was one of those that they didn't think was going to make it. I was so tiny I fit in the palm of my mom's hand. There I was, clinging for life. Only 10 pounds, 6 ounces. Okay, that's a fat little fetus, I admit it, okay? Things were tough for me, though. I'm 40 years old. I should be 41, but I got held back a year. were tough. My mom and dad wanted to homeschool me. You know what homeschooling is? Doesn't play well with others. That was me. So my parents wanted to homeschool me, but I didn't want to be homeschooled for one reason. I didn't want to go to college at my grandparents. I ended up getting kicked out of homeschool. Somebody called in a bomb threat. It's under my bed. It's under my bed. It's kind of tough. I went to public school for a while. Things were crazy. Now things have changed. You got to admit, things have changed from when we were in school. When I was in school, 2 + 2 was 4. I know that because I studied it 2 years in a row in 2nd grade. These kids like this guy, he's not going to learn that. Not that way. They're going to have to learn math with words. Story problems. Yeah. There are 2 trees. And there are 2 lumberjacks. The lumberjacks go into the forest to harvest the trees. The first lumberjack, or Jill, can do all their duties in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And in case you're a visual learner, the second lumberjack can do all their duties in 45. When they're done, how do the trees feel? Stumped? It's kind of tough. I remember when I was in school, I accepted Christ when I was a sophomore in high school. And I tried to stand my ground the best I could. My next year, my junior year, I started to excel. I made varsity. I was a captain, which was unheard of in my school district. A captain as a junior. I broke every record. I broke every scoring record on defense. I was an animal. One day we're out practicing, and we had a coach. He was an atheist. And he was not ashamed to let you know that. There was no God. There was no way you could prove it. He's never seen him. One day we're practicing. We messed up. We had to do push-ups. And my coach, the very first thing out of his mouth is my Savior's name. He starts using Jesus' name all over the place. I stood up and said, Coach, I got to ask you a question. He said, what is it? I said, if you don't believe in Jesus, why do you keep calling out his name? He looked at me and said, McDaniel, start running. Because I knew that was my punishment, so I started running. And as I started to take my first few steps, he goes, I mock what I don't believe. So I started to run. He was so mad, he picked up a football and threw it and hit me in the back of the head. Oh! Buddha! Oh! Oh! So things were different. Things are different. When we were kids, we couldn't watch cartoons 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We had one day. Saturday. And you had to get up early to watch the good ones. The Super Friends. My favorite superhero? Wonder Woman. Yeah. Oh, don't you laugh. Every guy in here, his favorite superhero is Wonder Woman. Ladies, if you think I'm kidding, when you get your man out of here, you ask him, who's your favorite superhero? Man, you be honest. If you don't believe me, let me give you a little fact. Anybody know anything about Wonder Woman? What was her superpowers? Lasso. Somebody said lasso. The lasso of truth. She'd swing that rope, and if she got it on you, you had to tell the truth. But that did not make her a superhero to me. Because my mom had something like that.